Once upon a time, deep within the Whisperwood, nestled between ancient oaks and silver birch, lived a young wood elf named Alara. Her life was filled with the rustle of leaves, the songs of birds, and the comforting scent of pine. But Alara yearned for more than the tranquility of the Whisperwood. But the falls were silent tonight, offering no clues. Disheartened, Alara considered returning home when she noticed a faint glow behind the veil of cascading water. Curiosity sparked within her. With determination, she pushed aside the curtain of water and discovered a hidden grotto bathed in an ethereal silver light. Its gaze was intense, its presence commanding respect. "Who dares disturb the tranquility of Lunaria?" boomed a voice echoing the stag's majesty. Startled, Alara realized the stag was addressing her. Quickly dismounting from the horse, she bowed her head in respect. "Forgive me, great stag. I am Alara, a wood elf from the Whisperwood. I meant no disrespect." Its branches, which reached towards the heavens, seemed to hold the very essence of moonlight within them. "This is the heart of Lunaria," the stag announced, its voice echoing reverence. As she drew nearer, the air crackled with energy. "Focus, Alara," he urged, his voice a beacon of calm in the storm. The visions became clearer, the whispers more coherent. And in that moment, Alara understood. The stag watched with quiet pride as Alara absorbed the wisdom of the moonstone. He had seen many seekers come and go, but few had the patience, the courage, and the empathy to connect with Lunaria on such a profound level. This was not just a display of raw power, but a profound connection to the very essence of Lunaria, a communion with the spirit of the moon. The experience had left an indelible mark on her soul, shaping her forever. "Thank you," she whispered to the stag, her voice filled with gratitude. "I am forever changed by what I have seen and learned here." She became known as Alara Moonwhisper, a name that echoed her profound connection to the lunar realm and the eternal wisdom of the moonstone. Her adventure sparked dreams of exploration in young wood elves. And whenever the full moon graced the night sky, the Whisperwood held its breath, listening for the faint echoes of starlight and whispers from the magical realm of Lunaria. The stag dipped his head in acknowledgement, his eyes twinkling with starlight. "You were always meant to find the moonstone, Alara," he said. "Your journey has just begun." She realized that the moonstone wasn't merely an object, it was a living entity, a conduit between the material world and the ethereal realms of the moon. As the first rays of sunlight kissed the horizon, signaling the start of a new day, Alara bid farewell to Lunaria and the enigmatic stag. With the memories of her adventure etched in her heart and the lessons of the moonstone guiding her steps, she embarked on her return journey. "Reach out to the tree, not with your hands, but with your heart." His words pierced through Alara's daze. She closed her eyes, letting go of the frantic thoughts that raced through her mind. She calmed her breathing, centering herself. And then, reaching deep within, she sought the stillness of her heart. Slowly, she opened her eyes and with a gentle touch, placed her hand on the crystal tree once more. Relief and joy filled their voices as they embraced her, eager to hear tales of her adventure. Alara shared her experiences with wonder and reverence, her words painting vivid pictures of the magical realm of Lunaria. Reaching out, she touched the tree's rough bark, and in that instant, a jolt of pure lunar energy surged through her veins. Visions flooded her mind, whispers echoed in her ears, and the forest around her seemed to pulse with life. Overwhelmed, Alara stumbled back, clutching at her head. And within its core lies the moonstone, radiating the purest lunar energy. Alara's heart pounded in her chest as she gazed at the magnificent crystal tree. Its beauty was otherworldly, its presence deeply enchanting. The stag regarded her for a moment, his eyes seeming to pierce through her very being. "Are you sure you want to proceed, Alara?" the stag asked, sensing the shift in her demeanor. A wave of uncertainty washed over Alara. The power emanating from the crystal tree was both awe-inspiring and intimidating. Yet the desire to understand its allure, to unravel the mysteries of the moonstone, was too compelling to resist. Taking a deep breath to steady herself, Elara nodded resolutely. Yes, I want to see the Moonstone. Why have you come to Lunaria, Elara? He finally inquired, his voice resonating with power. She dreamed of grand adventures and wished for a glimpse of the legendary Moonstone, an artifact of immense power that was said to glow with the light of the moon. It is said that its light can illuminate the darkest of paths. The stag's antlers seemed to glow brighter as he let out a soft snort. Along the way, Elara encountered fantastical creatures, some friendly, some not so much. There were playful pixies, mischievous sprites, and wise old tree ants who tested her knowledge of the natural world. Through it all, Elara showed courage, kindness, and an unwavering determination. The Moonstone is not an ordinary gem, Elara. Its power is immense and its presence overwhelming. Are you sure you are ready to bear witness to its radiance? Elara hesitated, a flicker of doubt crossing her features. The truth was that she wasn't sure. But the yearning in her heart for adventure and self-discovery was too strong to be deterred. Taking a deep breath, she squared her shoulders. I am ready, she declared, her voice ringing with newfound resolve. Hesitantly, Elara approached the horse. Its eyes, pools of liquid starlight, regarded her steadily. Very well, he said, turning to face the direction of the rising sun. Follow me. Elara mounted her horse and followed the stag deeper into the heart of Lunaria. Though Elara had never ridden a horse before, an inexplicable sense of familiarity washed over her as she settled into the saddle. With a gentle nudge, the horse began to move, plunging into the depths of the waterfall. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the first stars twinkled in the night sky, Elara's grandmother, the wise elder Elara, summoned her. Elara, my child, she began, her voice as soothing as the rustling leaves, I know your heart yearns for adventure. Elara nodded, her emerald eyes shining with anticipation. Tonight, under the light of the full moon, venture to the Whispering Falls. Then as quickly as it had begun, it vanished. Elara found herself in a realm bathed in moonlight. Crystal-clear rivers meandered through valleys carpeted in flowers that glowed with bioluminescence. Majestic crystal trees glittered overhead, their branches laden with luminous fruit. There you might find a clue to your destiny. With a final smile and a blessing, Elara set off into the darkening woods. As the moonlight filtered through the canopy, painting the forest floor in silver, Elara made her way to the Whispering Falls, a place of cascading water and hushed secrets. In the center stood a majestic white horse, its coat shimmering like spun moonlight, and a saddle adorned with intricate silver patterns awaited her. Suddenly, they were enveloped by a mist so thick it obscured their vision. Before Elara could fully grasp the magical beauty of her surroundings, a regal stag with antlers of polished silver emerged from the trees. I seek the Moonstone, Elara replied, meeting the stag's gaze with newfound determination. The stag nodded, impressed by her sudden surge of confidence. Their journey was both enchanting and challenging. They traversed landscapes that shifted from bioluminescent meadows to crystalline mountains, each vista more breathtaking than the last. Finally, as the sun reached its zenith, casting a warm glow over Lunaria, the stag halted before a colossal crystal tree at the edge of a clearing. But as she stepped closer, the air grew heavy with power and the temperature dropped, sending a shiver down her spine. With a final nod of acknowledgement, Elara turned and walked towards the colossal crystal tree. Suddenly, the stag was at her side, his presence a grounding force amidst the chaos of her visions. This time, instead of recoiling, she leaned into the surge of energy. Her adventure had led her not just to a mystical artifact, but to a deeper understanding of herself and the interconnectedness of all living things. When Elara finally stepped back, her eyes shone with newfound understanding and serenity. And with that, Elara knew that her life would never be the same. Upon her arrival back in the Whisperwood, Elara was greeted by the worried faces of her family and friends. From that day on, Elara continued to live in the Whisperwood, but she was no longer the same. Her perspective had expanded, her understanding deepened.